Hi, I'm Jake, and these are my teammates Alexis, Ian, Matt, Rowan, and Spencer, and we are Team Facebook. Before we begin, here's a brief video explaining our BMI.
Connecting to the world's largest social network, free of charge, has always been Facebook's bread and butter. By pioneering a sophisticated targeting advertising system, our users have never had to pay anything. But what if total data privacy is worth more to you? Your experience is our top priority, and we have listened to the call for more privacy. Introducing Facebook Plus, a new way to use the platform you know and love. A small subscription fee from you allows us to stop the targeted ads and data collection, giving you more autonomy over your data. Facebook Plus gives you more freedom on how to use Facebook and the content that you see and how you manage your time on the app. Continue to create communities and share memories. Just do it in a way that's known only to you. Same platform, just a new way to use it.
Yeah, so let's take a look at why Facebook Plus is a true BMI. So we are breaking the dogma of the social media industry, and we do this by offering the consumer a way to consume the product that doesn't involve having to sacrifice any of their personal data. The competitive advantage our user base brings shows that this idea is not only valuable, but it's rare and imitable as well. So we've done a consumption chain analysis, and we recognize some consumer pain points, and this allowed us to take advantage of some of the missed opportunities in the past and to break the trade-off that consumers have to make between social media and privacy. We recognize future trends, and we are using some sustaining innovation in a way that will keep Facebook as one of the top companies in the world. Facebook Plus is simply an evolution of the traditional Facebook product, and we're improving it more to meet customer ends. And we do this by creating a meaning, by righting a wrong between preventing the end of a platform that has brought so many people together. So I'll hand it off to Spencer to look at demand.
So one of the first things we looked at when exploring this BMI was demand. We had to figure out if it was something that people actually wanted. A Pew Research survey found that around 80% of respondents were concerned about how their data was being used and thought it might not be worth it. A second survey found that 45% of social media users were concerned about their personal information safety, and 28% even went so far as to say they prefer a paid subscription to the targeted ad system we're used to, and this is basically our BMI. Also, there are many companies that are investing in data privacy. Google has their Titan M chip in their Pixel line of phones, and several social media services like Ello, Mastodon, Vero, and MeWe to varying degrees base their business on a privacy-first system. These products and surveys together showed that there is significant demand for a more private and data-safe platform. And to take it a step farther into our competition, I'll hand it over to Alexis.
All right, so MeWe is going to be Facebook Plus's biggest competitor, and just like Facebook Plus, MeWe values user privacy, and they show that with the hashtag #NotForSale. They do not have any ads. Instead, they make their money by selling you a premium version that includes custom emoji and sticker packs, video and voice calling, and other cosmetic features, which is different from Facebook Plus, where we sell the privacy service. They also give you an option to delete your data, similar to how Facebook Plus would operate with a Delete My Data button. Currently, MeWe has 11.6 million users, and this is still very small compared to Facebook's 2.7 billion users.
Yeah, so the reason that Facebook Plus will succeed where others like MeWe have struggled is because this BMI fits neatly into our existing competencies. We already have the resources, mainly the large user base, and the processes like advertising deals and data collection tools. More importantly, we aren't asking for any change to Facebook's overarching value system, but only change to some of our revenue and advertising models that we currently use. While we are confident in this BMI, we want to go ahead and note what we see as one of the biggest concerns, and that's upsetting our users that will stay with the classic version. We're going to combat this issue by using specific verbiage that highlights the benefits of Facebook Plus without downplaying the value of the classic version. Our goal is to show this as two different ways to use the same product. Additionally, we think that this increased transparency into exactly what each version has to offer will build trust between us and our users. And to cement this for our Plus users, we'll also be installing a Delete My Data button into the switching process. We think that this tangible act on the user's end of deleting past data will create a connection with what Facebook will be doing going forward on our end. And now to take you deeper into pricing, here's Matt.
Thanks, Spencer. Facebook Plus will be offered to all current and future Facebook users at a price of $4.99 per month. We will also offer an annual subscription for $49.99 per year. We believe this price point will be low enough to capture a large portion of Facebook users while bringing in enough revenue to triple what the average user already brings to Facebook. The average US adult spends $640 on a year on online subscription services. These subscription services typically range from $5.99 to $14.99. We believe our price of $4.99 will be an attractive point for the average consumer. Additionally, we believe that the user understands that Facebook requires some sort of revenue to operate. This price point will be viewed as a fair and reasonable alternative to the current free Facebook. Next, let's talk about some of the costs Facebook expects to see. The risk-return ratio of this project shows truly how valuable the idea is. Because we will not experience high startup costs and estimate a team of about 10 employees will be able to oversee the project, the cost and risk will be very small compared to the potential revenue we expect to generate. With an estimated first-year cost of $3 million and an annual cost of $1.5 million each year after that, this is a relatively small investment for a company the size of Facebook and presents an opportunity that could be worth over $2 billion in year one alone. Next, I'm going to pass it off to Rowan to talk about some of those numbers.
Cool. So if you look at the data over the past 12 years, Facebook has seen an average of 200 million new users each year. And if we project that same growth over the next 5 years and combine it with our pricing and anticipated costs, we can create future revenue projections for Facebook Plus. So on this side here, you can see that there are 4 different revenue models that we have projected. Orange is the current revenue model Facebook sees with their current ad revenue. And then we see in the yellow line a 2% growth model and the 5% hopeful projection in the green line. Now, as Spencer mentioned above, we do project a potential user loss, which has been projected with the maroon line growth model. Now, to reach our break-even point, we simply need to gain 600,000 users or 3 million in revenue on Facebook Plus. Our most reserved estimate projects 4 million users joining Facebook Plus within the first month, or approximately 20 million in added revenue, which once again highlights how positive our risk-return ratio is. We can take a closer look at the numbers here and see that our most hopeful projection of the 5% growth shows upwards of $140 billion in added revenue, and even our most conservative model still shows estimates of upwards of close to $46 billion in added revenue.
Yeah, so obviously there are some legal concerns that come with this business model. We rely on the ability to collect data from our users. So if states begin to pass laws that prohibit this data collection, our business model can become in hot water. So in spite of all this, we remain confident in the success of this business model, and we'll show you why. So we don't think this is a problem because as of right now, only California has data collection restrictions, and that's only one state in one country with users around the globe, of course. A lot of this legislation takes years to enforce, which is good for the near future. It ensures our revenue stream is secure, and some of these are tangential to the data collection itself. The more stringent laws require users to manually delete their data. It doesn't prevent the collection of it. So we believe that if you pay us a small monthly sum to not even collect it in the first place, that would still be advantageous. So I'll pass it on to Jake to finish this out.
Now for social issues. One of the biggest issues on the internet today is personal privacy. This fact is reflected in a new documentary called The Social Dilemma, where many of the same people who help build major internet companies talk about how these companies are abusing a broken information ecosystem to study and control consumer behavior. While we can't stop other websites from collecting user information, we can help Facebook users feel safer while browsing our own by providing a service that eliminates the collection and use of their information. We believe that monetizing this service is the best way to help the industry move away from abusing consumer privacy. Another major issue is the concept of screen time and how internet companies use user data to find ways of keeping users on the site longer so that they can generate more ad revenue. Well, since Facebook won't be profiting from advertising to Facebook Plus users, there'll be less incentive for our company to push users to use our website more often. We could even potentially help them limit their screen time. To conclude, our BMI will allow Facebook users to feel safer while browsing our website by creating a paid service that protects their data from being collected or tracked while on Facebook. We believe that our BMI will smash the risk-return ratio by generating an additional 2 to 20 billion in revenue per year with a mere 1.5 million in projected annual costs. Thank you all for watching our presentation. If you have any questions or comments, we will take them now.